Hey Simmers, welcome to Gamer Image. In this video, we're going to be discussing some key differences between moving your game versus moving your mods, CC, and saves to another drive. Stay tuned. In several of my past videos, I've gone through the process of moving both the Sims 4 game and the Sims 4 saves, CC, and mods. So what's the big difference, and why? Let's break it down. When it comes to moving your game around, understanding the different portions of the game can be quite important because you may not realize that you could be moving a small portion of your game to an external hard drive, or worse, making the game extra slow. There are essentially two parts of the game itself and the launcher, which if you're using EA or Steam, you may already know about. There are 1. The launcher, Origin, EA app, or Steam. 2. The internal game data, the portion that contains the starter application called ts4_x64.exe. And 3. The game data where mods, CC, and saves reside. Let's talk about the launcher, the entry point to our Sims 4 venture. The launcher is a key portion of this process because it serves as the central hub for managing your game and its associated files. It acts as an interface between you and the game, allowing you to launch the game, install updates, access downloadable content, DLC, and manage your mods, CC, custom content, and saves. However, this is not the case for those who have cracked versions of the games or have obtained the copy illegally. In cracked versions of the game, this key portion is missing. One of the main reasons why cracked versions of the game do not have a launcher in place is that the launcher is an integral part of the official game distribution and management system. The launcher is designed to authenticate the game, verify ownership, and provide access to various features and services. It also serves as a platform for downloading updates, accessing DLC, and managing user-generated content. In the case of cracked versions, the DRM, Digital Rights Management, measures that would typically require authentication or verification through the launcher have been circumvented. Game crackers modify the game files to remove or bypass these security measures, allowing the game to be played without the need for a legitimate license or connection to the official game servers. The launcher can be moved on its own, and there are a few methods to move each type of launcher depending on your preference. However, this does not hold the bulk of the data. Enter the game's data. The game's data for TS4 can be quite large and may be the largest portion of the game for a while until the player decides to add custom content, which we'll discuss here later. Historically, The Sims 4 has lived in three main locations in its life: program files x86, /origin games, /The Sims 4, program files /EA games, /The Sims 4, and finally, program files x86, /Steam, /Steam apps, /common, /The Sims 4. This is where the actual game executable ts4_x64.exe lives. And when running the game, you can see that this is the process responsible for the game in the task manager on Windows. This is where my video talking about moving The Sims 4 to another drive comes in. When we talk about moving your game, we're referring to the process of relocating the entire game installation and all game files to a different drive. This does not yet include the CC. This could be useful if you want to free up space on your current system drive, also known as the C drive, or simply want to organize your game library. When installing the game, the initial recommendations mention hard drive, free space, at least 25 GB of free space, with at least 1 GB additional space for custom content and saved games. This is because the game itself can occupy roughly 10 to 15 gigs of space without any single expansion packs, mods, CC, or saves added. This estimate for the game's install size given by EA accommodates giving you an extra 10 GB of space for new downloads, saves, and even more disk space for items outside of The Sims 4 like your high school and college homework. For those of my viewers that have a very well established Sims 4 game with expansion packs and thousands of hours of gameplay, this game can become increasingly large, taking up sometimes up to 50 to 60 gigabytes in space, if not more with DLC. Moving on to the topic of moving mods, CC, custom content, and saves. Moving these files involves relocating the specific files associated with these customizations within the Sims 4 game. These additional files are not part of the base game installation but are stored separately in the game's data folders. These folder locations include the Documents folder. This is where my other videos come into play. I've talked about moving your Sims 4 data by using the Location tab on the Documents folder, as well as using PowerShell with the mklink command to move the Electronic Arts folder to another drive and create a shortcut to it from your Documents folder. And interestingly enough, no matter where the Documents folder is, whether it be dropped into your OneDrive in its original location or moved to a different drive letter Z on a 2TB SSD, it's always recognized as the same Documents folder. And this was a great feature integration for Windows 10 and now Windows 11.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications for all of my videos.
For the most hardcore Sims 4 gamers, this folder can become quite expansive. Many Simmers may find their CC, mods, and saves to occupy hundreds of gigabytes in space, if not several terabytes. So there you have it. Now it should be easier to understand the key differences between moving the Sims 4 game versus the Sims 4 data. Depending on your specific needs and how much data you're trying to save, it's not necessary to always move both parts to an external hard drive to save space. Sometimes, you could just move the larger of the two. Thanks for watching! Hey guys, check out this video that YouTube thinks is best for you, or check out my most recent video below it. Thanks for watching!